Hey, my name is Sajad, and welcome to the Sunan Weekly Podcast, where we share with you some of the awesome projects we are working on, along with some of our biggest takeaways this week. Here, we want to give you a chance to see how we are making a difference so that we can all level up. Hey, hope everyone is doing well. Welcome back to the next round of the Sunan Weekly Podcast. What are we working on? This week, we released another great blog post titled Creating Effective Digital Signage. While signage is extremely important for any business that exists in the physical world, digital advertising and signage are just as important. Digital signage serve as a great way to improve communication, increase brand awareness, and lead to greater sales. Here are 5 things you absolutely need to know to create effective digital signage. Personally, I cannot stress the importance of step number 1, design to your objective. I have seen many firms and marketers make this mistake countless times. Start with the goal in mind and design accordingly. Also, some exciting news that I want to share with you, the Sunan community. Over the past few weeks, I have been experimenting with a new tool that I'm really excited about and wanted to share with you, and it's called Community. It's a great social messaging platform that allows you to directly communicate with us via text messages. Try it out. Text me directly at 443-232-9484 and watch the magic happen. My biggest takeaway this week, it's you versus yourself. As entrepreneurs, it's so easy to get trapped into the rat race of life, where we are constantly comparing ourselves to others as our benchmark to success. And I'm not going to lie, I have made this mistake countless times as well. And more often than not, this way of thinking only leads to disappointment because we tend to compare our chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Even worse, when we start comparing ourselves to others, we tend to mimic their craft and lose our uniqueness in the process. Rather, what we need to do is compare us to ourselves. Is the December 2020 version of me better than the January 2020 version of me? Yes, the world is a completely different place than it was 11 months ago. But in the midst of all this chaos, am I still leveling up and taking my game to the next level? My friend, it's not you versus them. It's you versus yourself. Your number one competitor is yourself. Your biggest obstacle is you. Competing against yourself is the best measure of success. You are the only person who knows how hard you've worked and how much changed your strategy over time to level up your game. If you're measuring your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel, you're bound to feel like you don't stack up. But that's where you are absolutely wrong. Our job is to challenge ourselves and be better than we were yesterday. Yes, it's much easier said than done, but consistency is the key to becoming a better version of yourself. Personally, for me, there are 3 things that I want to become extraordinary at. The first one is becoming a better marketer. 2, becoming a better speaker and online trainer. And lastly, becoming a better writer. The first Sunan Weekly roundup that I wrote back in November 2019 sucked. but by challenging yourself and taking consistent actions, you are going to move the needle and get better at your craft. The first Sunan video that I did, it was horrible. But again, by consistently getting in front of the camera, you are only going to get better. Schedule time on your calendar on the daily that is going to move the needle for you on your big 3. If you win the daily, you are going to win the weekly. If you win the weekly, you will win the monthly. And if you win the monthly, you, my friend, will win the yearly. Now it's your turn. Do everything in your power every single day to become a victor and not a victim. Make the mental shifts that are needed to have a world-class perspective. Why? Because you owe it to yourself to become extraordinary and make a difference. Time to level up.